Alright, it's Chun Chun here, and for today's topic, we're going to talk about how to verify your rental property. This is for people if you want to go and survey and then get a property to invest so that you can collect the rentals and then generate the cash flow every month for you. So you're going to look at it because there's a lot of people who talk about quality is in the quantity. So when you go and survey, even though 100 unit and 1000 unit of the property, but if you don't have the guideline to go and guide you to look at whether that property is great deal or not a great deal, so you don't know how to verify them, and you don't know in your hand the property is good or bad, you don't know. So when going through this topic, you know that when you go to survey the property and look at the property, so you will know how to verify it so you can find and get a great deal. So that's straight to the point when you come into getting the property. When normal case is you will face is the seller asking price is irrelevant. For example, it's too high, it's overpriced to the market value. So you need to figure out and you need to know the market. So you need to determine the property values, and then which becomes your offer. Your offer is not just rely on the price that the seller just give to you. So with multiple units, actually the property value is based on the current cash flow of the property, not the value of the property you're going to look at, because you want to find that investment property, right? So in this topic, it's going to tell you some simple way. Is the first is you're going to verify property income. Second, you're going to verify the expenses. Third, you're going to determine net operating income. And then fourth, you're going to find the capitalization rate and valuation. So number 5 is calculate the loan payment and your profit or cash on cash. So first, when you come into verify property, so the first thing you need to know is you're gonna verify the property income. So normally when you come to verify the property income, you're gonna know that actual income is how much you're gonna generate every month. You're gonna look at for 12 months. So you're gonna know the actual potential income in the future. So you're gonna know the future potential income when you expand it and then you increase the value so that you can just rent higher. So you're gonna be careful, because a lot of property owners, when they trying to sell you or sell their property, is based on the future income. So what you're gonna know is that you're gonna know your actual income. That's what you need to know. You need to know currently how much the property will generate you the income is by now, not the future. So when you come to want to know about the rent, first you can go through is you must request a rent rolls and use those numbers for your calculation. How much the rent every month the people will rent, and then when you come to brochure, if someone give you the brochure, you need to, you can trust, but you need to verify is there any actual value of the property rental or not. Or you can survey through internet and then you know the rental rate at day. Is there any people go and rent or not? You need to know the market is through the people who already rent at the area, so that you can know the actual rental value. So when after you know the income, that after that you're gonna make sure that your property, the vacancy and other incomes, you're gonna look at it. You need to get your property, which means it's easily to occupy by people. People will rent it from you. You need to know the market is there. If not, if there the place is oversupply, then no people want to go and rent it. So you will get suffer also, even though the income will higher, but you need to know the occupancy rate also. By this, you can verify it through the property manager on your team. Then you will know much more detail, or you can look at the rental and then move index on the lease. You need to verify it so you can study it. So after you know the rental rate, the next thing you're going to verify is your expenses. Because when you're operating a property, especially is apartment or condominium, you need to know the expenses, everything. So by this, actually you can hire a person who is in that area expert or property management representative. You can hire them hourly consultation fee. So let them tell you the detail. You just spend a little bit money so that you can get the information, or you just treat them with food, some dinner, or just like that. You'll get more information from that area property management consultant. So when you get into it, you can get an idea of ongoing service and repair, as well as upgrade the building may occur. So what is the expenses normally we will face is the repair and maintenance, utilities, real estate taxes, insurance, replacement reserve, and then these are the total expenses you're gonna know, because all is including repair and maintenance. So when we come into maintenance, all the expense of this, maybe some of people will tell you it's just the cost will be fixed. Then actually it's not, because according to the real world, the expenses of maintenance fee, everything else will increase according to the time, because if the property age is more older already, so the price of maintenance sure will be increased in the future. You're gonna look at it, you're gonna calculate into it also, be more perfectly when you calculate your expenses. So when you want to do some expenses of maintenance, everything else, when you need to set aside of some money that you can reserve, is a fund you put aside for inevitable replacement of the capital items such as appliance, carpets, countertops, roofs, and so on. This one you need to know. So you need to always adjust expenses so become more accurate when you want to determine and want to do it. So step number 3 is you're going to determine net operating income. Net operating income, which means is your income minus your expenses. So when income minus expenses, you're going to know your net, because you don't spend on the property that the income is low but your expense is too high. So step number 4 is you're going to find the capitalization rate and valuation. Capitalization rate actually is very simple. Just use net operating income that you get, and then you just divide the purchase price. So after you doing this, when you come into want to get the property, or you want to get offer price for the owner, you just use your net operating income, you divide by the percentage that you want to earn in the annually. Maybe it's 8%. If your annual income is 20k, so you use 20k divide by 8%, so you can get the actual value of the property. You can propose to the owner or the seller that you want to buy from them. So these are the simple formula you can go and calculate and get your is. So you need to calculate step number 5. You need to calculate your profits cash on cash also. How to calculate cash on cash is you use profit, you divide by your down payment. Then so you know how much your cash you put in, and then generate the income every month for you also. So when you come into doing this, verify, a few action steps you can go and take on when you work out on it. First, you're gonna get on mailing list to secure several real property performance to practice the 5-step property evaluation process just now. So you're gonna use numbers on the pro formas to calculate your offer price. You're gonna realize that when you go through these steps for real, you will verify all the numbers on the pro forma with your team members. Then number 4 is you're going to begin making calls to property owners to discuss buying property you are interested in, or you just call real estate broker, real estate agent, you're going to talk with them. Then so you perform this valuation process on an actual property with actual data. So when you come into the last one, you're going to know is just like what Warren Buffett always tell, numbers never lie. So you want to verify a property, actually you're going to look at the numbers, and then the actual numbers. When you calculate everything else, know your numbers when you go and collect or go and survey a property. So that's for today. Hope you see you in the future.